Alrighty, ladies and gentlemen, we're gonna play our exercise tarot interpretations, a game by Dusty White, this honest teacher, and yeah, so we have a special guest, Vicky C, here in spirit. Vicky C is back from Montreal from a trip with daughter, and yeah, Vicky C sent me concerts, and Graz is back from a small, tiny trip to whatever nearby city. Last seen with cars. According to Vicky, a pimp and Graz. Yeah, really nice cars. A cool ride for a cool guy. Yeah, so one card for me, one card for Vicky C. A game called This Happens to Me, This Happens to You, This Happens to Me, This Happens to You. Today Graz is searching for job offers and what's my purpose, and I'm just kind of like, feeling like this guy, just like, man. I actually I called and I sent a message to this one place, train station, but yeah, it's just nothing's happening. This happens to you. Vicky C now has two ways and weighing the options. Okay, where do I go next? This happens to me. This happens to you. This was, by the way, these are very amateur cards made by Graz. So, but yeah, the most important is to have a picture and image, and I like. It's enough. We gotta be very protective of money. This happens to me. Yeah, I stopped right now. I'm like observing my options. This happens to you. Yeah, there's so many songs to listen to that we see is like, which one do I listen to? But it's fun. This happens to me. This happens to you. I like yellow. Happens to me. I am thinking of how can I celebrate with my inner kiddo. Is there anything to celebrate? Maybe to lighten up a little bit after the serious stuff. This happens to you. Vicky C is looking at a possible flight over the United States all the way to Mexico. And I just realized that when Vicky C was out that trip would be quite a journey. Like the trip, fly all over the United States. I'm guessing to the New Mexico. Like that is some next level shit. This happens to me. I'm actually I see this as wind for some reason, and today is kind of windy. Yeah, the sun is still kind of here, but you see there's not much sun here. Actually none. But this hat is kind of yellow like a sun. There's a little bit of sun here, so we'll go with that. And this is kind of windy. I'm like observing the changes of the weather. Now it's colder, and Graz is wearing a sweater too, actually. Lord Goku orange. Speaking of orange, we can see I actually might be thinking about Lord Goku and just yeah, how Spider-Man heroes like Lord Goku and Spider-Man take on like so much responsibility, like these wands, and such a heavy burden to carry. Yeah, we watched the video Vicky sent us about Spidey. Also, we saw Spidey both in Montreal. Vicky saw, and I saw in a city here. We're gonna get brought closer here. This happens to me. This happens to you. We're gonna read only in not reversed. Graz is a beginner, a novice, student of life. This happens to me. This is actually student of life. So Graz is being a student learning, a beginner's mind, learning tarot interpretations. This happens to you. Because he is about to receive a communication of something, a swift communication, some good news maybe, or something. Yeah, it happens to me. This happens to you. More blue. I just know that it's throat chakra. Yeah. So this happens to me. I'm protective. I'm like, oh, which one do I choose? I must choose the right, job or opportunity or something like that. Because Graz needs it. And this happens to you. Vicky C is looking at. Maybe Vicky C is back in the house where the paint is blue. That classic room, right, with the TV. And Vicky C is looking at, maybe Vicky C found some sort of device or some sort of old purchase that maybe he forgot about, and he's like, oh, what is this? Interesting. This happens to me. This happens to you. A lot you can find during moving and decluttering. This happens to me. I feel like I'm in the sea. This kind of cold, windy. And it's not sunny either. This happens to me. I'm sorry. This happens to you. Vicky C is now slowing down and yes, looking where next to spend his coin. The coins. Alright, one more. This happens to me. This happens to you. For some reason I feel like saying about love, these two. Okay. Something about love. So this happens to me. Grass feels like he's... Actually, I can see it as like my inner kiddo, like giving me some some hope or whatever. Like, oh, here's a little bit of hope. It's gonna be alright. This happens to you. About love. So yeah, this is basically the twins walking, and for now we are in this kind of like... Yeah, we see like others like with love and whatever romantic stuff, and the twins are kind of on what's it called? I forgot. In the cold or whatever. Yeah, we'll get there. We'll get there. It's a journey. This happens to me. This happens to you. Stop on money. Yeah. I mean, Raz's right now the biggest treasure is his cat, and actually the videos of cat, you know, could one day become something that could even help support Graz, because people love watching these videos. This happens to you because he's watching TV right now and chilling, and once again weighing the options and just like actually enjoying more kind of thing, you know, like there's kind of like a good time to just be, I guess. Watch TV. This happens to me, this happens to you, about anything. Yeah, I feel... I don't know what to say here. Probably should paint this card more. So yeah, Glass feels like has something here, but there's like he needs to fill the... Now not a romantic void, but more like a practical void. The money or whatever, and the purpose of life. This happens to you. We can see he's feeling this kind of like inspiration from the video games and music. I always see this guy as an inspired character. This happens to me, the final one. This happens to you. Graz is, once again, my inner kiddo is Page of Swords fighting within, because Graz is kind of tired and worn down today, but not too bad. But I can feel my inner kiddo because we did some interesting healing. Yeah, so I feel there's this like spirit in me that's, you know, it's gonna be all good. This happens to you. You can see he's truthful and honest about his situation, honest with himself, and clear goals. Yeah. Ah, fuck it. Let's do one more. What can we talk about? Okay, let's talk about the possibility of lit twins meeting. This happens to me. This happens to you. Oh, nice. Yeah, Graz here is... Yeah, Graz is fighting with the sword, you know, kind of in this cold weather right now. Just like, oh man, we have to make something happen. Gotta make sure, you know, but it does feel kind of like... Today I feel a little like... This picture really shows it really well, I think. And Vicky C is like gonna be charging in and like, yeah, we in it. We, you know, this is happening. We got this, you know. So yeah, let's leave it on that positive note. Yeah. Orale, a cool ride for a cool guy.